The Storymaker Association is a showcase of work by local writers, actors, and media enthusiasts with the shared goal of producing creative and engaging content. Writers are given a few minutes and the resource of our community to develop a narrative. This week's installment is called For the First Time, written by Dani, who aside from running the dailydani.com, has published a book of haikus. Find Line Between the Stacks on Amazon. Special thanks for this episode goes to voice actor Justin Glass, the narrator for some of our new stories, including this one. Find him at _glass on Twitter.
It is hard for me to answer you. It's like asking someone when they knew how to breathe in and out. I only noticed when someone brought my attention to it. I didn't even realize there were different ways to breathe. I had always just done it my way. You're watching the sunset, and though it's not your intention, it feels like you're ignoring me. You've always been the happiest when you're surrounded by light. I think it reminds you of fire, and that reminds you of yourself. You're eating an apple, taking slow bites out of it, and the sunlight is orange and makes your hair look like it's glowing. Your face is bathed in light. I wouldn't blame anyone for mistaking you for something holy. I've always thought you were beautiful, and knowing we're twins makes me hope I have some of that beauty in my face too. I inhale deeply and am reminded of your question to me. I don't know if that's something I can easily tell you, I say. You finally look away from the sunset and gaze at me instead, waiting for me to go on. You want a better answer than that, but I don't have one for you. Your green eyes are sparkling as the sun hits the mountains and the sky begins to finally dim. You eat your apple and continue to wait. I try again. It was just something that was. I always wanted to be with another man. When did you first realize you wanted to be with a man? I ask. You look thoughtful for a moment and sincerely ponder the question. I suppose I never really thought about it. Everyone expected me to marry a man, and I didn't really think about it beyond that. You never had feelings for someone? I ask. You grimace, and I immediately feel guilty. It's different for you. I can see it in the way you work towards your goals. It's harder for you to let people in, to accept that you're loved and are expected to love in return. You shrug your shoulders and look back towards the disappearing sun. I don't think so. I mean, I have loved people that have come into my life at various times, and I love you now, but you're my brother. You're stumbling over your thoughts, and I know I've set some gears in motion. It's easier for me to love things that can't love me back, like the sun and the trees. You think I don't love you back? I ask. You immediately shake your head. You're my greatest exception. You smile and glance at me briefly, just to make sure I'm paying attention. You're my best friend. I smile at you, and then we sit in silence. The fireflies have come out, and you're trying to split your attention between them and me. Just when I think I've lost you to them, you say, "You can't tell anyone." You don't have to tell me this. I know it better than anyone. I know. They'll kill you if they find out you love other men, you continue, quieter. I know. If they ever hurt you, I'll kill them all. You say this in a way that scares me because I can hear how much you mean it. It's in that moment that I realized how intertwined our lives have become. We're not planets orbiting the same star, sharing spaces and memories. We are pieces of a web more complicated than I can comprehend. Everything I do affects you now, and I know that as you make choices and plan your future, I too will be changed by what you decide. You finish your apple and throw the core away from you. I nod, though you don't see me. I know.
You can check out more work by Dani by going to thedailydani.com or by bothering her on Twitter at LibraryDefender. Guess what? The Storymaker Association is holding its first live event. If you could find your way to Long Island, New York, or to our soon-to-be-announced live streaming page on Saturday, November 11th, you can watch a few of the Storymakers tell their tales by firelight. Check facebook.com/wearestorymakers for more information. This week's show is brought to you by the generosity of our wonderful Patreon patrons. But this month, specifically, Nick S., Dani of thedailydani.com, Ashley M., Diane D., Simon K., Emily K., and Charles P. Want to hear more from us? Become part of our community? Go to wearestorymakers.com. It has what your heart desires. We will see you in 2 weeks for Ashley's story, The End. Don't want to miss it? Follow us everywhere and subscribe on iTunes, Google Play,